So obviously, anybody who's attending the Ashland Independent Film Festival virtually or has in the past is already in love with the state of Oregon. But I'm curious, why Oregon? How'd you wind up there?
Well, for me, I was looking for a forest that could be believable as both real and magical. And, I looked at photographs from all over the United States. And there was something about those images of the Pacific Northwest that it was evident to me that we were not going to have to augment or supplement the magical nature of the forest. I mean, these moss-covered trees, the translucent greens, those rocks that looked like giants threw them there, thousands of years ago. I mean, there is something inherently magical about the Pacific Northwest and its transcendent beauty. And it also feels to me like it's not been overly used cinematically. I know that one of my favorite films, Stand By Me, was shot there. I know the Twilight series was shot there as well. Recently, Leave No Trace, I know, was shot there, which is another wonderful film. But, it's not like Louisiana or, there are places where you sort of feel like, oh yeah, I've seen that. Where have I seen that before? It's so vast as well. There's so much to choose from, between Lewis and Clark and Eagle Fern, and and we were in Estacada for where the family's house is. We were based in Portland. Oh my goodness, the best food you can have anywhere in the world. There were just so many things about choosing. It was a magical time for us. It was a magical location. The crew was unbelievable. I mean, when you have Lawrence Bennett, Oscar nominated, maybe even winning production designer, who literally lives a stone throw away from our set in Estacada. When you have Ime Etok, who lives, our first AD, who lives in Portland, just a world-class crew right there, a lot of whom had work in Hollywood all the time, but wanted to be away from the hustle and bustle, move somewhere a little bit more quiet with their families, a little bit more nature-oriented. It was just a perfect place for the film and to have a good experience shooting a film.